Hello, guys. We're live. It's been a long time since we've done this. Good evening to you. I have a very special guest tonight. Isa siyang matalik na kaibigan simula nung college. Utangan namin to nung college eh. Doon niya kasi to eh. I'm happy to I'm happy that she's here na pinaunlakan niya ang aking imbitasyon. So without further ado, why don't I just introduce her and do her introduction? Welcome, Miss Mary Chris Season.
Hi. Hi. Hello. Hello,
Ang ganda
everyone.
ng
Yes.
introduction ko, di ba?
Oo nga, buong Mari Christine.
Yung Mary
Okay.
Chris. Yung friends niya
Oo.
kasi, call her Tinay. Ako,
Tinay.
dahil old, ewan ko
Old
ba,
friend.
old friend. So, ang tawag ko sa kanya, Mary Chris. Ako na lang yata ang tumatawag ng Mary Chris sa kanya sa panahon na
Di ba?
ngayon. Pero, Mary Chris, thank you again for being here. And, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi. Okay. Hi, hello, everyone. Yun nga, Pam and I, we go a long way back during college days. So, bahala na kayong magbilang kung ilang taon na. so I've been so my work before was in animation studio. So I was a 3D graphic artist, working on mga animation production, post production, yan. And then eventually, after almost 18 years of working in the animation industry, well, actually still working pa rin naman. Pero I'm more on focusing more on doing illustration work, especially for children's books. Yan. So yan ang ano ko ngayon. So yan ang focus ko right now. Yan.
Ang topic natin kasi ngayon is how do you transition from corporate to freelancing and succeed? So, hindi lang ito about na nabagot ka sa 9 to 5 job mo, tapos nag-work from home ka, and then wala na, yun na yun. Pero the good thing about this episode right now is because si Marie Chris, she was part of an agency. Ano man tawag dun sa agency mo nga before, pare?
Alin ba?
Animation, parang animation agency siya, 'di ba? So after college, kasi so graduate kami ng fine arts. Ang ano talaga ni Marie Chris is illustration. Yun yung thesis niya, yun yung expertise niya. So naging part siya ng animation agency. So yon corporate job, and then at some point sa career niya as an illustrator, as a 3D animator, um, give up niya yon. Bakit mo nga ba give up yon? So, yun yung pag-uusapan natin. Paano mag-transition from corporate job to freelancing? And talagang mag-excel ka doon sa field na yon. So, yung first question ko for you, pare, is, what was the compelling event in your life that made you decide to move to freelancing?
Okay. So it was during 2015. That was my last regular job na employed ako. So in all honesty, sa 3D animation, it's not a very how do I say this? It's not as stable as when you're working sa bank, mga ganong klaseng work. Yan. So kadalasan yan, pinakamatagal, 4 years, 5 years when you work with an animation studio. So parang I got tired of that kind of pattern na parating lang 3, 4, 5 years, ganon. So,
ano yun? Bakit? By contract lang yun na tipong 4, 5 years or dahil talagang magsasawa ka after?
Because most of our animation studios, they rely on outsource work. Yun ang ano doon eh. Yes, they rely on our outsource work. Maraming kalaban ng Philippines kasi pagdating sa outsource work when it comes to animation. Ang number one ang number one kakompetensya natin is India. Of course, there
Mm.
is China, Singapore, and South Korea. But India and China kasi, bukod sa mabilis na silang gumawa, mas mababa ang rate, unlike sa atin.
Natin, oo.
But yes, but if you are a well-established animation studio, like for example, sabihin natin Top Peg Animation, yung mga katulad niyan, and meron Top Draw, yung mga ganyan na animation studio dito. So they've been working many years, like for example, yung Phil Cartoons dyan sa may
Mm.
somewhere in Mandaluyong, I think. So yun, so well established na yung mga yan. So they've been working with animation productions in galing sa US, like Hanna-Barbera, Disney. So sila
Mm.
madalas yung nabibigyan
Ng
ng
project.
project. So yung mga ibang studios, like yung mga startup, yan yung mga hirap makakuha ng outsource. Yan.
Mm.
So yun, nakikipag-compete sila dun sa mga datihan na, which is hard, 'di ba?
Oo.
So it came to a point dun sa last job ko in 2015, kasi there was so much going on with the company. So parang nagkaroon ng parang ng changes sa management. So eventually our department was dissolved. And
Mm.
so that was the start. Now I decided na, okay, so what should I do after this? Pero naka ano na sa akin na of course hindi ako pwedeng mawalan ng work. So I need to do
Na
something
oo.
I need to do something about it, pinag-iisipan ko na way before that happened nung 2015. Kaya lang
Mm.
syempre, I wasn't, what do you call this? Hindi pa buo yung loob ko. I wasn't courageous enough, parang ganon,
Oo.
na na mag-go to transition agad to freelancing. So when that happened in 2015, so that's when I decided na, oh sige, gagawin ko yung ginagawa ng mga office mates ko, na actually, even though they are regularly employed, they were already doing
Side
freelance
gigs.
works.
Oo.
They were doing on the side na job, which actually ginagawa ko na rin naman noon, kaya lang pasundot-sundot. Hindi katulad nitong
Mm.
mga office mates ko. They were regularly doing the
Parang
freelance
yun
job.
yung naging full-time nila.
Yes, and eventually they decided to, yung wag nang magpatali sa studio,
Oo, oo.
sa kahit anong animation studio. So parang, so there are their own boss, parang ganon, parang ganon ang
Totoo.
ano nila.
Kasi tayo, 'di
Mm-mm.
ba, parang our tradition or yung nakalakihan na natin is once we finish the university, dapat maghanap ng work. Dapat maghanap ka ng
Mm-mm.
trabaho, apply ka dito. So yung tipong 9 to 5 job, yun yung talagang hahanapin mo. And doing
Mm-mm.
uh, kasi I can say na being a freelancer is also like a business. It is your business.
Yes.
Kasi you brand yourself, you negotiate with the client. So parang negosyo mo siya. So you have to
Yes.
invest. And during that time, siguro parang kahit 2015 yan, may mga freelancing, ano na, kumbaga malaki na rin yung freelancing world during that time.
Yes.
Pero
Yes. Yes.
ikaw na lumaki tayo sa dapat ganito after college maghanap ng trabaho. Parang
Mm-mm.
mahirap. Naintindihan ko yung sinasabi mo na parang ang hirap, baka mamaya paano 'pag sumablay 'di wala akong trabaho, 'di ba? So,
Mm-mm.
anyway, ngayon, so dahil dahil dun sa pangyayaring yon na-open yung eyes mo na, "Ayoko na, parang ang hirap nitong gan'to, naghihintay ka ng project 'no?" So kung naghihintay ka lang din
Mm-mm.
naman pala ng project, eh, di might as well mag-freelancing ka na, nasa bahay ka pa,
Freelancing. Oh, and
'di ba?
also, i-add ko lang din yung nature ng job sa animation studio. 'Di ba? Usually you work 8 hours a day.
Mm,
Sa
mm.
animation, you go beyond 8 hours. 8 hours. So
Until matapos mo yun.
lumalagpas
Kasi may
siya
deadline
na,
kayo, 'di ba?
oo, very tight ang deadline, madalas rush, and
Oo.
also, sabi ko nga, beyond 8 hours, ang nangyayari sa amin, we go home the next day. So, parang, I don't see
Toxic.
oh yan, I don't see myself, um, working sa ganong klaseng environment until I reach the age of 40. So hindi ko na parang hindi ko na kaya. So napaka unhealthy na para sa akin yung ganong environment
Environment.
kasi yes,
Tsaka
you are
puyatan mo,
earning.
di ba?
Yes, you are earning and you are trying to save, but your savings will go to waste because you will
Yung
get
health
sick
mo at
and you
risk
will,
na rin.
yes, pag naging may nagkasakit ka, yung inipon mong money mapupunta dun sa medical medical expenses. Yan. So
Totoo.
'di ba
Totoo.
we don't want that to happen. So 'di ba? So hangga't maaari, healthy ka. So you
Correct.
can do what you want to do. Yun.
So, nung finally nag-decide ka, Marie Chris, na, teka, ayoko na
Mm.
nito, mag-freelancing na lang ako. How did you prepare for it? May mga
Okay.
inattendan ka ba na mga webinars, mga ganyan? Or,
Okay. Yes. So how did I prepare for it? Actually, hindi nga ako familiar sa mga webinars na yan, Wala akong inattendan ni isa. So it
mm,
was through friends, colleagues, yan. Sa kanila ako nakakuha ng tips how to become a freelancer. And during that time, so after 2015, so no when they learned about the situation na hindi na ako nakatali sa isang company.
company, yeah.
So, oo. So, my former may former boss, meron ding mga dating office mates, they called me up and asked me if I'm available to do a freelance to do freelance work for them na parang tipong mga 2-3 months ganon. Pero animation 3D animation pa rin. So
Pa
sabi
rin,
ko sige,
oo.
I might as well take it kesa naman sa walang ginagawa at walang earnings, 'di ba? So
Mm-mm.
from there doon yon nawala. So from there unti-unti na parang medyo nilalaro-laro ko yung paano maging freelancer. Then up to the point na I was parang naririnig ko yung conversation ng mga office mates ko about
Mm.
this platform which is called Elance before, but now it's called
Mm-mm.
Upwork. Na that's where they get their online works. So
Mm-mm.
sabi ko, wow, interesting. Sige, matry.
Mm.
Oo, matry nga. So, so nung
Hello.
ko siya, as lag. Okay. So, free
Naglalag ka nga.
membership mo na siya. So, I noticed
Okay.
na dahil free membership siya, so it was lag ako. I'm so sorry about Okay, anyway.
Pero andyan ka na ulit. So,
Oo.
ang narinig ko is, tinry mo
Okay.
si Upwork. Ito is based sa recommendations
Yes.
ng mga friends mo na nag-try na rin doon.
Nag-try na rin siya. Oo, nag-try na rin
Sa
sila ng
Upwork,
Upwork.
oo.
So, ayun, nag-try ako. Oo, nag-try
Kumusta
ako
naman yung first try
ng
mo?
Upwork. Pero nung una, free membership lang. Pero
Oo.
na-notice ko na parang first try, ang hirap, hindi ako ma-notice. Kasi free membership nga. So, until I decided na, sige, mag-go premium na ako. So, meron akong yung monthly membership na binabayaran. So, from there, na-notice ko na, ayun, unti-unti, na merong mga clients na nag-i-invite na sa akin.
Mm.
Yun.
Alam mo,
So,
parang
after the
ang
invitation,
hirap
hindi
pala na,
pa nagtatapos yun doon, meaning it doesn't mean na you're hired.
yes, kasi may mga interview and all.
Oo,
Parang
it
ang
doesn't mean
hirap
you're
na
hired
palang
when you get an
makapasok diyan
invitation.
ngayon, ano?
You have to send. Mm-mm.
Kasi nung time na nag-start ako, 2009 yun, parang wala pang gano'n, parang wala pang mga free membership or premium yung membership mo or paid membership ka, parang walang mga gano'n. during nung time ko nung nag-start ako. Nandiyan ka pa ba? Marie Chris, naglalag ka. Let's wait for Marie Chris, baka babalik siya. Actually, yan ang pinag-uusapan namin kanina. Bago siya bago kami mag-go live. So, eto nga, yung sinasabi ni Marie Chris about kanina, it's sometimes kasi you're gonna come to a point in your life na you have to make some hard decisions eh. And with Mary Chris, parang somehow both naman yung both good and bad eh. Maganda na part ka ng isang studio animation company kasi syempre ibang klase yon, parang bigatin kapag nandun ka. At saka yung project, imagine if nandun kayo yung gumawa nung animation na movie, kasama yung pangalan mo sa credits na yon. Kaya lang at the same time, sometimes siguro mas mauuna yung ang gusto mo is yung health mo, yung priorities mo, maiiba. Yun yung gusto mong i-prioritize yung health mo. Ano ba yung gusto mong maging after dun sa work mo? Mas magiging effective ka ba? Magiging happy ka ba? So, siguro isa yun sa mga compelling events, sa mga part of your decision kung mag-join ka. I mean, kung magta-transition ka from corporate to freelancing. And at the same time, syempre before ka teka, nandito na ulit si Marie Chris. Add natin si Marie Chris. Marie Chris, ano nangyayari? Are you back, Marie Chris?
Sorry!
Siguro may
I'm back
naglalaro
from
dyan
Mars.
sa inyo, no? Ng mga bagets. Ganyan talaga ang internet connection dito sa Pinas.
Hindi, naka-data ako.
So, yun nga, parang
Oo.
ang
I'm back
ine-explain
from
ko sa
Mars.
kanila is, ang sinasabi ko sa kanila is, parang darating ka talaga sa point in your life na you have to make a hard decision. Especially kung maganda naman pareho yung sitwasyon mo. Sabi ko nga, you being part of the animation company, parang bigatin yon kasi if matapos nyo yung project, kasama ka sa credits nung project na yon. Especially
Yes.
kung magiging, 'di ba, movie yan, nas nandun yung pangalan mo. So, ang ganda-ganda niya sa profile mo. But then again, ano ba yung priorities mo, 'di ba? So, andun tayo sa nag-prepare ka ba? Nasabi mo wala ka inattenda na webinars, pero siguro yung preparation is siguro without you knowing na you're getting prepared to transitioning is yung experience mo to deal with a client, with yung pressure sa project. Siguro yun na yung preparation mo, no? Kaya lang iba na yung environment. 'Di ba? Yung isa is office environment. Syempre masaya kasi may mga kasama ka office mates, pero ito namang ngayon, bahay lang. So, kung hindi ka masyadong introvert, mababagok ka, 'di ba? Mababato ka sa bahay lang. Pero yun nga,
Sa
it's
bahay
ang
lang.
bottom line siguro doon is priorities. Ngayon, nung nag-start
Yes.
ka, nung nakapasok ka na sa Upwork, paano ka nakapag-decide para ano ba yung rate mo? Per hour ba ako? Fixed rate ba ako? Or tiningnan mo ba yung mga profiles ng ibang freelancers and then doon ka nag-base kung magkano ba singilan ngayon in the market, mga ganon. How did you come up with your rate?
How did I come up with my rate? So, yeah, I did my research. So, remember, ang rate ng international rate and local rates are they are very different. So, syempre, if you're in Upwork, ang titingnan mo, yung rates, yung international rate. So, it's in dollars. Yan. So, dollars siya. So I
Mm.
started out with ang Upwork kasi hindi ka pwedeng bumaba ng $5. So it's 5 and up. So since introducing pa lang ako ganun.
Mm.
Introducing pa lang ako sa Upwork. So yeah, I started with with
Starlet
five,
ka pa lang
with
sa Upwork.
$5 and starlet pa lang ako sa Upwork.
Oo.
And then yun until such time na nakailang projects na ako. So medyo tinataas-taasan ko na yung rate
Oo,
ko.
gets
So
nga.
from 5 naging 10, naging 15, yan mga ganyan. So mostly the projects na nakukuha ako sa Upwork, they're all ano yun, hourly rates. Yan, hourly rates
Hmm.
siya. Pero meron din silang fixed rate, but I prefer hourly rates. Kasi
Mm.
pwede akong magsabi dun sa client na I can only do this for like 3 hours,
Oo.
3 hours in a day. And they also have this device, yung Upwork na, which is called time tracker. So
Yeah.
nakikita nung client kung nakaano ka, kung may ginagawa ka ba talaga. Halimbawa, may ginagawa ka tapos nakikita dun sa monitor mo, lalo na kung multiple
May
monitors ka,
screenshot,
naka-on yung
yes.
YouTube or, oo, may screenshot.
Naku,
So, nakikita niya yung
oo.
activity na ginagawa mo. Ayun,
Oo.
nahuhuli ka niya kung nanonood ka habang gumagawa ka. Yun, mga ganon.
Dapat kasi 'pag nagtatrabaho at naka-tracker ka, dapat yung ang nakikita sa monitor mo, sa desktop mo is yung work talaga. May experience kami diyan, eh.
Yes.
Nakita ko
Mm-mm.
nagne-Netflix si VA. Yung isa
Oo.
is yung project management, platform namin. Siguro wala na siyang ginagawa. Kaya lang dahil per hour yung hourly rate din siya. So, yung isang monitor, dalawa yung monitor niya. Yung isang monitor naka-Netflix. Sabi ko, "Ay, ang lola mo nagmo-movie." So, parang kahit pa
Ah,
siguro ginagawa niya yung trabaho niya, pero at dun sa isa is nagne-Netflix ka, siyempre ang thinking ko as an employer, 'di ka nagtatrabaho pero nagta-track ka ng hours, unfair yun. No, no yun, wag niyong gawin yun.
mm. No, no.
Um, yung
Mm-mm.
naalala ko, I remember nung time ko din, nag-start ako sa Upwork no'n, $10 kasi buy-out naman ako ng client ko from another
Mhm.
agency. So buy-out niya ako do'n, yung contract ko do'n sa another agency na yon. So ako bilang VA, sabi ko, "What if mawala 'tong si client na 'to, paano na ako? 'Di wala akong track record or something." Sabi ko, Odesk pa nun, eh. Puwede ba tayo sa Odesk pumasok?
Oo,
So,
audience.
punta kami ng Odesk. So, true enough, after ilang years na wala na si client, may record na ako kay Odesk na Upwork ngayon. So, may hours
Audience.
ako. Mas mabilis ako nakahanap ng ibang clients. And then after nga nun, yun,
Mhm.
nag-increase na ako ng rate ko hanggang sa tumaas na ako ng
Great.
tumaas din. Oo, kaya yung for you
Mm.
guys na nag-a-aspire na magkaroon ng client, tiyagaan lang talaga. Merong at saka investment. Kasi like yung si Marie Chris, na-experience niya yung free at saka yung paid. Lucky ako enough before kasi wala pa kami during that time sa Upwork, wala pang free at saka paid. Basta nandun ka for free,
Mm-mm.
mapapansin ka ng client. Pero tiyagain mo, mag-invest ka kasi business mo rin yan. Kung gusto mo talaga magkaroon ng record,
Yes.
mapansin ka ng client mo, you have to invest. Um,
Yes.
Ngayon, how are you able to keep a long-term client? Yung iba kasi sinasabi, ayoko muna i-give up yung trabaho ko hangga't wala akong permanent na kliyente. Para sa atin dalawa na talagang nag-jump lang, leap of faith, yung pag-freelancing
Mhm.
is madali siguro yon for us, pero for some, baka marami silang kailangan i-consider. Pero ano ba yung
Mhm.
naging goal mo or ano yung mga naging practice mo para maka-keep ng long-term client? Kasi you mentioned to me offline na meron kang long-term client sa Upwork. Paano nangyayari yun? Yung iba natatakot, eh, na they're jumping from one
Oo.
client to another, eh.
Another. Actually, wag silang matakot na if they're jumping from one client to another. Meaning, kasi ito naman kasing long-term client ko. I started working with her. Yeah, she's from the US. So she's an educator, and she has this group which is called Education to the Core. So na-contact niya ako, it was 2017. So it's almost ano na, 4 years na, more or less 4 years,
Oo,
2017
oo,
ano.
oo.
Oo, yun. So, I started out working with her. May pinagawa lang siya sa aking mga illustrations for a STEM, STEM, STEM project, meaning science, technology, English, and math. Yun. Ang
Yeah,
ibig
yeah.
sabihin ng STEM. So, yun. Then, after that, nung natapos ko na yung project sa kanya, so I wasn't expecting na babalikan pa niya ulit ako kasi tapos na eh. Unless siguro
Oo.
may panibago siyang project. But then again, I wasn't also expecting na if ever na meron siyang bagong project na ako pa rin yung tatawagin niya. So, ang ginagawa ko, every time na may natatapos akong gawa, I move on. So I look for yung mga other prospects. So nagulat lang ako kasi, hindi pa niya ine-end yung contract ko.
Oo.
Natapos ko na yung project ko sa kanya, pero hindi niya ine-end yung contract ko. So, nagte-tempt akong tanungin siya nun, but why are you not ending my contract with you? I'm already done with the projects. Ganon.
Mm.
Pero hindi ko na rin ginawa, basta hinayaan ko na lang siya. And then,
Oo.
after like mga several months, tumawag na, yun, kinontak na naman niya ako. Sabi niya, I have a project for you. Are you available to do this and yan, ganyan. So, sabi ko, sige, okay. Pero during that time, I was already working naman sa isang local project. So, ito yung publisher na
Ito
dito
ba yung
sa
book?
atin. So, yung book. Kasi every year, ginagawa ko yung book na yan. So, series kasi siya, di ba? So, sumabay ngayon yung project niya dun sa ginagawa ko. So, syempre, I have to be honest with her. You have to tell your client na you're currently working on a project. And so, if this is your schedule, kumbaga itatanong mo, anong sked mo? Is it okay with you if I start working on this? Ganito, ganyan, ganyan. Kasi I think isang factor na para makapag-keep ka ng long-term client mo is yung communication mo sa kanya. It should be open and you should be honest dun sa client na kung ano ba talaga yung availability mo, yung situation mo. So kasi they will understand naman eh. So aside from yung quality work na ibinibigay mo sa kanila, it's yung attitude mo towards them, how you communicate with them. So paano ka maging honest sa kanila. Yun. I think that's
You
yun
Yeah, you
siguro.
mentioned a very good point there, Marie Chris. Yung pagiging honest and transparent sa client, I think
Yes, transparent.
yun
Yes.
yung number one na kailangan mong gawin eh. I always tell nga my staff at saka when I do speak to some events na you have to be honest, and yung freelancing, it's like a long distance relationship na it is based on trust.
Yes.
So if the client feels na they can trust you, you're honest, you show up every day and you deliver on time, and if you can't deliver on time, then you're honest back it. So you have to explain back it. So I guess it's also, setting the right expectations dun sa client. Yun yung talagang makakapagbigay sa ng long-term client. Wala nang iba. If the client feels na okay ka, maayos ka, honest ka, professional ka, tatagal talaga sila sa'yo. If naman halimbawa wala silang ng project, they can always refer you. 'Di ba, Marie Chris? Nandiyan ka pa ba? Na-lost ulit si Marie Chris. Hintayin natin siya makabalik kasi may mga good questions na pala dito na ngayon ko lang siya napansin. So pagbalik ni Marie Chris, let's ask her yung questions ng mga um, ng mga listeners natin, viewers natin. So sana makabalik si Marie Chris. Yun yung tingin kong the best na kailangan yung tandaan as a freelancer. Treat your client as if may long distance relationship kayo. Kailangan solid yung foundation. Kailangan may trust yung foundation ng relationship nyo para magtagal. And yung mga foreign clients kasi parang they love us eh. Tayong mga Filipinos na freelancers, they love us kasi one, we walk the extra mile, we communicate better, at saka, ano tayo, very professional tayo. Andiyan na ulit si Marie Chris. Marie Chris, you're back. Nararamdaman mo ba kami, Marie Chris?
Hi,
Naririnig mo
I'm
ba
back.
kami? Yan.
From Venus. Nanggaling
Venus
na ako
naman.
sa Venus.
This time. Pare, may question tayo. Pakita muna natin yung question ni Ronnie. Sabi ni Ronnie, how lucrative is a career in animation? What technical skills and knowledge do you need to have?
How lucrative? It depends. Kasi before, yung isang animation studio kung saan ako nag-work, they were all, they're foreigners. May partner lang silang local, Pinoy. So they were all from former mga Disney Disney employed sila. And very galante yung parang ang tawag dito, yung nagtayo nung company. So unlike dun sa yung regular local animators, hindi ganon kalaki yung salary na natatanggap nila. But of course, dumating din ako doon sa point na nag-work na rin ako doon sa mga local studios, and ang laki ng difference, nung sa salary. Though I don't know if it's still the same sa panahon ngayon, but before, like for example, ang isang junior artist, and also depende pala if you're a 2D animator or a 3D animator. So syempre magkaiba siya. So like for example sa 3D, so usually ang junior artist or starting salary is like noon nasa 20-25. So if you are yung advanced na ang skill mo, intermediate ka na or considered as senior, yan nasa 30, 40, 50 pataas na siya. So kung supervisorial ka na, yung job mo, supervisor ka na, so mga nasa 60, 70, yan, mga ganyan. So, pero ngayon, I'm not sure if it's still the same. Kung ganun pa rin yung, yung
baka mas mataas,
rate.
no? Baka mas mataas.
Oo.
Or pwedeng medyo nabawasan dahil sa pandemic.
Sa pandemic, yes.
Meron question si Paring Chito. Basahin natin. Tungkol sa pandemic to eh. Pandemic scenario daw. What has been your biggest challenge ngayong pandemic?
Biggest challenge this pandemic? Well, alam nyo naman, no, naikukwento ko na sa inyo, na of course, we're all at home, working at home, and for safety reasons, so wala kaming kasambahay ngayon. So my time, nahahati yung time ko. So imagine before na may kasambahay kami, I can just sit here all day and work. Walang istorbo sa akin. Now, it's like half of my day I do house chores, and then another half, minsan kulang pa nga, yung work ko na. So I let the client parang know my situation, bakit ganito lang yung time na na-deliver ko dun sa work. So yun sa akin yun ang pinaka-challenge sa akin during this time of pandemic, na my time is really divided.
Oo. Pero siguro ang maganda doon, dahil working from home tayo, meron tayong flexibility. Kasi,
yes.
diba, we don't have to commute, na nakakatakot mag-commute ngayon. Kahit pa sabihin mo na may kotse ka, so hindi ka magko-commute na may kasabay ka, may kotse ka, pero pagdating mo ng opisina, marami kang dadaanang mga tao na puwedeng nakakatakot sa panahon ngayon, 'di ba?
Mhm,
So, I think yun
mm.
yung, maganda sa working from home na we don't have to commute, kaya lang, you have to learn how to do yung time management. Yun yung
Yes, that's
I think
true.
lahat naman nagsi-struggle diyan sa time management na 'yan, especially siguro tayo yon 'no, yung mga working from home, lalo na din siguro yung mga nanay. Ikaw kasi may mga pamangkin ka diyan, si tito, may senior ka
Oo,
pa
oo.
diyan. So, kumbaga
Mm.
ikaw na yung tumatayong, pinaka ayokong sabihin naman
Mami.
pinakamatanda, hindi yung pinakamaganda diyan sa bahay para kumilos, 'di ba? So, siguro yun. Ruel, yan yung challenge hindi lang kay Marie Chris, sa aming
Sa
dalawa or
girl, yes.
sa mga nagwo-work from home na lahat ng
From
tao nasa
home.
bahay and then wala kang, makatulong sa mga gawaing bahay. Kasi
Mm.
nakakatakot magpapasok ng ibang tao sa bahay ngayon, so ikaw ang gagawa ng lahat. Meron pa rin siyang question. So, nasagot
Sure.
ba namin yun sa'yo, Ruel? May isa pang question si Ruel. Chito pala. Ito, isa pa 'tong
What?
college friend ko 'to, eh. Hello, Marie Chris. What is your usual design inspiration? Do you see yourself forming your own design or animation agency? Magandang question 'to.
Wow. Oo. Well, I thought of that na yung bubuo ka ng team ng isang animation isang animation team or group or studio, but for now no, the problem there is yung syempre yung budget. Hindi madaling magtayo ng isang animation studio. Maybe an animation team na pwedeng halimbawa nakakuha ko ng online work, sabihin natin
Mm.
sa Upwork, and then I will need help from others. So pwede kong i-designate 'yon sa iba. So parang ang labas magiging project team manager ako, pero working pa rin ako dun sa project as artist. 'Yon, pwedeng 'yon possible 'yon. Pwedeng mangyari 'yon ngayon.
Bakit mahal?
Oo.
Kasi yung mga gadgets na nakita ko yung mga
Gadgets.
gadgets mo parang sobrang puwede mong
Oo.
isanlayan 'pag talagang nagkagipitan, eh, 'di ba? So, yun ba
Yes,
yung
gadgets
reason
and
kung
also
bakit
software.
kung bakit siya
Mahirap
mahal?
magtayo.
Dahil dun, I see.
Mahirap magtayo ng animation agency. You can't do it alone. You have to or animation studio, you have to find partners. Yung
Oo,
and
oo.
also yung oo, yun. You have to find partners and yung magfa-funding para sa inyo, para dun sa
Pero
team.
maganda yung
Or
ano,
yun nga,
maganda yung
sabi ko nga,
nabanggit mo na puwedeng parang ikaw yung bubuo nung team, pero kumbaga
team,
under
yes.
your belt.
Mm.
Under your belt yung
Yes.
project na yon tsaka yung team. So, puwede rin yun 'no, maganda idea yun. Binigyan ka ni Ruel
Yes,
ng
pwede rin
magandang
yun.
idea,
Basta, as long
'no?
as long as kasi karamihan naman kasi ng mga freelancers ngayon na animators, they already have gadgets, yung mga gamit nila kasi they also work from home. So kompleto na
Mm.
sila sa gamit. So pwedeng ganun yung scenario na if I get a work from somebody or someone na kailangan kong i-designate to others. So meron naman akong mga kilala na pwede.
Oo,
Yun.
oo.
So parang
Maganda
magiging
yun.
project team manager nila ako. Yun, pwede yun. Tapos may isa pa siyang tanong what is your usual design
Ayun, oo.
inspiration?
Ano ba inspiration mo sa mga
Oo. So
design?
usually,
Bata mga dine-design mo, eh,
inspiration ko.
may fairies ka din na dine-design,
Actually,
ini-illustrate.
actually yung works ko mostly for children nga, 'di ba? So,
Mm.
pero syempre gusto ko ring mag gumawa ng ibang illustrations na medyo for older, nagki-cater for adults din. Pero hindi naman yung 'di ba? Hindi na yung mga artworks na uh, na medyo uh, alanganin. Anyway, so yun. So
Mm, mm.
usually, yeah, most of it are for children. Yung mga ginagawa kong illustrations.
Pag
Yan.
nakita nyo ang ilalagay ko pala dito. Pwede ba natin ilagay yung mga links mo? Nailagay ko na kasi kung saan kanila
Ah,
pwedeng mahanap eh. Doon sa YouTube. Kasi guys, we're also live sa YouTube channel namin. So nandun yung mga links kung saan nyo mahahanap si Marie Chris. Pero ilalagay ko rin siya dito later. Pag pinuntahan nyo yung Instagram niya, nako, mapapawaw na lang kayo. Meron pa dito
ganun.
question si Ronnie. Real talk daw. How do Filipinos fare as compared with other animators? What should they improve on
Animators from other country, yun, siguro
from
yun
other
ano?
countries? Oo.
From
Sabi mo
other countries.
mas mura ba yung sa China tsaka sa India compared sa atin?
Okay, ang napansin ko kasi from our animators compared to other countries kasi umabot ako dun sa point na nag-supervise na ako ng team ng isang small animation team.
Mhm.
So, actually talagang I guess siguro baka kaya mas mabilis silang gumawa because of dahil na rin sa gamit nila. Mas
Mas advanced siguro yung gamit nila.
yes, oo. Sa atin kasi kung ikukumpara mo yung specs nung like for example nung workstation, ng computer, mas ano sa kanila
Mas
paano ba
advanced.
mas advanced sila. Like for example, you need I don't know if Ronnie is familiar with rendering machines. Are you familiar with that? Rendering machines, these are machines na or yung computers wherein you itinatapon mo lahat doon ng mga parang ang tawag dito, yung file na kung saan siya ang magpo-produce ng mga sequential images. Yun. So yun na yung mga
Mm.
final. Oo. So kami, we don't have it's called render farm. We don't
Mhm.
have that. Nung time na yon,
Hindi
nung
pa
time na yun
available dito.
parang oo, dalawang studio lang kami na meron. The other studios, they do the rendering dun mismo sa workstation. So imagine, if you're doing the rendering in your workstation, so hindi ka nakakagawa. So if you have the
Oo,
render
oo.
farm, you continuously, 'di ba? Continue kang nag-work.
Oo.
Ayun.
I see.
So yun
Kaya
yung isang
mataas ang competition
so yun yung
pala.
problem.
So
Yes, yes. Tapos ang
so
mahal pa nating sumingil.
oo, kasi siyempre hindi madali itong yung ginagawa mo actually. Ang tingin ko, kahit siguro
Mm.
malaki yung competition ng mga animators dahil yan diyan sa mga nabanggit mo, um, magkakatalo na lang is yung sa professionalism eh. So, kahit pa
Yes.
siguro napakabongga, ganda ng gadgets ng kalaban mo, pero kung hindi naman siya nagde-deliver on time at hindi rin naman siya nakikipag-communicate
Mm.
on time compared sa'yo, tingin ko ikaw ang pipiliin ng client. So,
Mm.
yun, kailangan tingnan
Oo.
niyo do'n, ano yung mga um, ano bang tawag do'n? Strongest skill mo or na meron
Skill, yeah.
ka na puwede mong
Mm.
i-boost para makita ni client.
I- Yes, no doubt naman ang skills ng Pinoy, no? Very
Magaling,
talented
oo.
naman talaga. That's why there are a lot of Filipino animators abroad kasi imbis ganito yung nangyayari. Imbis na mag-outsource sila dito, ang
Mhm.
ginagawa ng mga ibang companies abroad, kinukuha nila yung mga artist dito doon dinadala. Ayun, ganun
Ah,
ang nangyayari.
so malaki rin talaga
Ayun, doon
yung
dinadala.
opportunity do'n 'no? Merong question dito si
Yes,
Mari
so that's
Chris.
why a lot of sure, sure,
Mari
sure.
Chris, may question dito si Hikes, si Jericho.
Oh, si
Hello, Mari
Hikes.
Chris.
Ayun.
Kasi sa ano
Hello,
niya,
oh.
Hikes siya eh. Sabi ni Hikes,
Oo.
comparing how you presented your work to clients before and after the pandemic, what advantages or challenges can you cite right now that you might be presenting from home? Any tips?
Meaning, I'm sorry, comparing how you presented your work to clients before and after the
After
pandemic
ng
or
pandemic.
during
Oo. So, ano yung
what
advantages or challenges na na-experience mo ngayon?
challenges na experience ko ngayon regarding when I'm presenting my work to clients? Ganun ba yon? Tama ba? Tama
Yun ang
ba?
intindi ko, yeah.
Oo. Actually, kasi ever since naman, I always sinesend ko lang naman sa kanila yung finished product ko through through mail or through we have this what you call, di ba, meron yung Dropbox or yung
Do
Google Drive.
transfer.
So oo, yun, ganun lang. So wala naman akong kailangang i-present na parang nasa ano pa, yung parang naka PowerPoint or something. No, nothing like that. Wala naman akong encounter na ganun. So when I do work, when I'm done with my work, I just send them the files and that's it.
Parang hindi
Yun, tama
naman
ba? Nasagot
siguro
ko ba? Yung ba yun?
siguro
Tama ba?
tsaka I think because matagal mo nang ginagawa 'to, so nung nag-pandemic parang hindi na siya, it's not something na para na-disrupt yung workstation mo
Oo,
or
hindi.
yung ano mo, parang hindi naman,
Yes,
'no?
yes.
Um,
Oo.
sana tama tayo naintindi dun sa question ni Hikes sa
Oo, next. Oo.
'no? Pero tingin ko nasagot mo naman siya. So, wala ka masyadong
Mhm.
challenges. Pero ano yung advantages ngayon? When you're
Advantages
presenting your
ng
yung when you're presenting work naman ngayon during pandemic. May advantages ba or the same
advantages.
lang?
Parang wala. Oh, parang wala naman.
Parang pareho lang
Parang wala.
din, 'no?
Parang it's pareho lang, oo.
Parang may
Okay. I
mga
think the challenge now,
eto yung internet mo.
since how are you? Oo, yun, yung internet. That is the challenge. Kasi, okay,
Kasi lahat gumagamit.
yes, I'm also teaching online. So, yung challenge
Mm.
ko, actually, is yung internet connection. So, yeah, because everyone is almost working online in the naka-home school and they're using also the internet. So, agawan tayo ng connection ng internet. So, I think, yeah, that's the challenge.
Dito din ganyan, 'pag
Yeah.
nag-start na mag-game yung anak ko, yung isa naman nag-stream ng movie or make a video call din, medyo naapektuhan yung internet connection namin. May
Mm.
question si Carla, nagbago ba daw yung fee mo dahil sa pandemic?
No,
Bumaba ba or tumaas?
yung sa Upwork, hindi ko binabago. The same. Pero for other clients na labas ng Upwork, because ganito yan, sabi nga, price is relative. Meaning, hindi lahat pwede pare-pareho ang presyo sa client. Especially now that we are facing some challenges, yes, you have to adjust the rate. Pero kung
Yeah,
kaya
yeah.
namang ibigay ni client kay pandemic pa, why not, 'di ba?
Totoo.
Yes, may negotiation namang mangyayari dyan. So even if it's pandemic, kung kaya namang ibigay ni client sa'yo yung rate na hinihingi mo, edi good. Kung hindi, then you adjust. Yun. Kesa wala
Yes.
kang work.
Yes,
Ayun.
totoo yan.
Mm-mm.
You also have to be considerate kasi with yung client mo. Kasi you
Mm-mm.
have to think na your client is running a business and it could be nahihirapan din sila during pandemic. So, lalo na especially if your client naman is long-term client naman na siya. So, why not magbigay ka ng konting leeway, 'di ba, with your fee? If nagtanong si client siguro kung kaya
Mm-mm.
mong mag-comply doon sa kung nahingi siya ng konting bawas sa rate mo. Ngayon, kung hindi
Mm-mm.
naman, siguro ang bottom line din diyan is aside sa pagiging considerate because of what's going on sa lahat naman ng tao, hindi lang naman ikaw nakaka-experience, siguro yung you have to know your value din. Don't
Yes. It's
underestimate
true.
yung skills mo. Huwag ka naman underrate or mag-overrate ka sa kung ano yung alam mong kaya mo. So, depende talaga yon. Parang iko-customize mo siya. Hindi puwedeng,
Yes.
one size fits all ang
Hindi pare
dating mo, oo.
yes. Hindi pare-pareho. Kaya nga sabi ko nga, price is relative because yung services and yung products, it depends on the situation and circumstances. Yun. So
Yes.
mag-a-adjust talaga yung rate mo. Hindi pwedeng all the time yun parate.
Basahin natin, may isa pang nag-comment. Ito si Brian. Bri, kumusta? Last question na ma-accommodate natin kasi we have to be mindful of the time.
Mm,
Kahit gusto pa kitang
the time.
tanungin ng
I'm
bonggang-bongga.
so sorry.
Ito,
Sa
yes.
internet connection. Oh.
Si Brian, may question. People are very concerned right now about financial security and stability and would find freelancing scary. Tips for people who would also want to freelance. Yan actually ang last kong tanong sa'yo. Tinanong na ni Brian.
Oo,
Anong
about security and stability as a freelancer, tama? Okay.
oo.
So kahit naman hindi siya, kahit hindi naman siya during pandemic, so it's a struggle for a freelancer na maging stable ang finances. So ang advice ko, ang parating advice sa akin ng magulang ko, don't spend more than what you are earning.
May
Yon.
point
So
ka
and
dyan.
also don't spend more than what you are earning. Kasi not all the time you have something to work on. Hindi all the time nakakakuha ka ng project online or kahit yung project from local client. So yun. And also ang isa kong advice or tip din um it's okay naman if you can do multiple projects. Syempre, you want to do multiple projects kasi para tuloy-tuloy yung pasok ng yung finances,
Income mo.
yung
Yeah.
yung kita mo, 'di ba? So, oo. Kaya lang if you are not good at managing your time, the result is it will burn you out and magkakaroon ng effect yun sa work mo. So you weigh things if you think you can do multiple projects. Yun.
Yeah. Alam mo,
Yun.
tama
Kasi
yan.
pagka,
Ginawa ko yan. Sige, go. Go, Marie Chris.
Sige, okay na.
Yung
Go
tama ka
ahead,
dyan
Pam.
doon sa you can do multiple clients. Kasi nung ako yung nag-VVA, nag-freelancing ako, ang thinking ko noon, kailangan para akong merong 8-hour job. Parang full-time job dapat parang meron ako. So, nagte-take ako noon 3 clients ko before. Actually, hindi pala siya 8-hour job. Isang 4 hours, tapos isa pang si second client 4 hours din yata, tapos isa 3 hours naman yata. Pero si 3 hours, nagawan ko siya ng paraan. Naging fixed rate yon and parang social media marketing manager nila ako. So parang fixed siya. So na dapat kapag submit ako sa kanila ng plan and magawa ko lahat yung calendar nila sa loob ng 1 linggo and syempre ahead of time pa. So yon, para naging fix, kaya ko siyang tapusin ng 3 oras sa isang araw lang. And then the rest, yung dalawa, for 4 hours siya. So parang may full-time job ako. So as long as kaya mong i-manage yung time mo, as long as kaya mong makipag-communicate kay client mo and you show up, tapos you deliver on time, tingin ko pwede yun. Kasi dun lalabas yung may
Pwede yun.
security ka na at saka yung financial security and stability. Kasi if mawala si isa, meron ka pang isa.
Yes.
Di hanap ka ulit ng isa.
Isa.
So, tingin ko, ang bottom line dito when you're doing freelancing is, kagaya nung na-mention natin again and again, Marie Chris, You have to show up, you have to be honest, you need to learn how to communicate,
Yes.
set the expectations right, and magkakaroon ka ng
Mm-hmm.
stability sa freelancing. Yun lang
Sa
talaga yung
freelancing. Yes.
yes, yun lang yung ginawa ni Marie Chris, yun lang din yung ginawa ko noon, and until now, meron kaming client na nandiyan at
Mm-hmm.
nakakabayad kami ng mga bills namin nang dahil sa mga long-term clients na 'to. To be honest, 'di ba? Meron
Mm-hmm.
tayong Marie Chris,
Mm-hmm.
sana
Mm.
ma-accommodate pa natin 'tong isang question na 'to. Baka magtampo itong friend natin. May question si Chichay. Oh, Chi, corporate
Uh,
normally offer growth opportunities and learnings to their employees. How do you make sure you are growing? Magandang question.
how do you make sure you are growing? It's all on you because you yourself is parang corporate. Ikaw kasi you are self-employed. You are self-employed, so you are the boss and the manager of your business. So it's all about you. It should be you who should keep yourself growing as kung ano man yung career mo na pinopursue ngayon as a freelancer. So, ibig ko sabihin, hindi ka na dependent sa corporate eh. Independent ka na. So, ikaw yung gagawa ng way for you to grow. Yun. Yeah, tama. For you to grow. And also, syempre, yung mga clients mo, yung mga taong nakaka-interact mo as a freelancer, yun, they will also contribute sa growth mo. Yun.
Yes. Continue learning kasi very
Yes.
competitive yung market ngayon. Yung freelancing, outsourcing, hindi lang Pinoy ang kakompetensya mo, pero
Kakompetensya.
may mga foreign freelancers ka na kakompetensya. So if you become stagnant at hindi ka seeking for more information, for more skills to learn, ma matatakot ka, dapat kang
Matatakot.
matakot
Oo.
kasi ang dami nila diyan ngayon. So baka mawalan ng opportunity for you. So yun yung
Yes.
tingin
And
ko na 'di ba yung growth na kailangan meron kang in mind.
yes. And also, if you have yung capacity or the ability to attend seminars, kasi
Yan,
may
mga
ibang seminars,
webinars, yes.
webinars, kasi iba dyan syempre paid, hindi naman lahat yan free. And
Mm,
also, we have yung mga platforms online na nag-o-offer ng class to improve your skills. So
yes.
yun, source of yung growth mo yun, yung mga ganyan. So yun, pero of course, like the corporate, they are investing for your growth. Gumagastos sila, di ba? Pa-attendant ka sa ganito, papupuntahin ka sa ganon,
Mhm.
bayad nila yon. So, ikaw, dahil ikaw na lang yon, so, mag-i-invest ka,
Invest.
babayaran mo din, oo. Yun yung investment mo para ikaw mag-grow ka. Ayun.
Yes. Pero
Mm-hmm.
sa panahon ngayon napakadami naman ng free na puwede mong attendan, eh. Ngayon 'pag medyo nagkaroon ka ng konting earnings, then invest ka sa something na medyo mas may bayad kung kaya na ng bulsa, 'di ba? So, Marie Chris, maraming salamat sa paunlak na ginawa mo. Biglang nagtagalog ng sobra.
Oo.
Alam kong very busy ka, limited yung time mo, pero
And sorry
nandito ka
about the
ngayon.
internet connection.
Okey lang yan,
Ang
malinaw
ating
ka
internet.
ngayon.
Oo,
Malinaw ka
okay.
ngayon.
Kung
Saan ka ba
kailan pa
namin
tapos na.
yes, saan ka ba namin mahahanap? Where can we find you, Marie Chris?
You just send me a message in Facebook kung gusto niyong may mga
Anong
questions sa akin.
yes, ano nga ba, yung LinkedIn mo is Tinay Season, yung Facebook mo is ilalagay ko po yan sa comments kung saan natin puwede
Oo.
mahanap si Marie Chris. Meron
And
siyang
also sa
Instagram,
Instagram.
yes.
Yes.
So,
Yun.
Marie Chris, i-promote mo naman yung book mo, si B
Ah,
book
yung
mo.
yes. So it's a book series. It's called D the B. So 10 books na siya. So for kids, 3 years old, 3 years old up to 6, pwede pa rin sa 7 and 8, published by HIA. So since it's ECQ, hindi pwedeng magpunta sa bookstore. So you can order it online, available in Lazada and also sa Shopee. Ayan.
Hingin ko pala yung link na yan para ma-post din natin siya sa comment. Ayun,
Sure.
thank you, Mary Chris. There you go, guys. Sana may mga napulot kayo na mga tips kung paano maging effective na freelancer and kung paano mag-transition. Huwag kayong matakot kasi it's just being bold siguro. Ang pagja-jump from yung corporate job nyo to freelancing. Possible siya, doable. You just have to believe in yourself na kaya nyo. And maraming support kagaya nitong group na to. Maraming mga webinars, tutorials na pwedeng maging resource nyo para makapag-jump na kayo sa transition na gusto nyo. Alright? I hope to see you again, guys, soon. Thank you. Take care. Stay safe. Bye.